Let's get into accessories for iPhone 16. These are my top accessories right now, from MagSafe wallets to batteries, chargers for your desk and traveling, the best USB-C cables and dongles. I have a few early iPhone 16 cases we could talk about, including camera control. And nothing in this video is sponsored, so here are my honest thoughts. Here we have the iPhone 16 Pro Max, Desert Titanium, and first accessory is my favorite wallet. This is the CaxGek wallet, and it actually has a place for an AirTag. Can fit up to 3 cards. And while there's lots of MagSafe wallets out there, I like to be able to track it with an AirTag, and then I get that precision Find My. So CaxGek is about $25 plus the AirTag. It's my favorite wallet. Links to this and everything else is down in the video description. Now, if you like using a regular wallet, I would suggest still tracking it, and for that, you can get the Chipolo Find My card. It doesn't offer the precision Find My like with the arrow on screen, but it can make a sound and chirp, and it still uses the Find My network. So if this is lost and anyone with an iPhone walks by it, you'll be able to see its location. The other wallet I'll mention, they sponsored my camera control video, but not this video. But I do like the fact that this MagSafe wallet can hold 2 cards here, and this is a stand. So if you just want to be able to watch a video on your phone real quick, super thin wallet, stand built in. And they also have this version which unfolds into a complete tripod, and it still has the wallet for 2 cards up there. So pretty cool options from MoFT as well. All right, let's talk about MagSafe batteries. And yes, I still have Apple's MagSafe battery here as my top accessories. It's Lightning. Apple didn't update it, which I still hope they do, but you can actually charge the battery when it's connected to the iPhone and the iPhone's plugged into USB-C. It's still super thin, doesn't get hot. It's still one of my favorite batteries, and this came out way back with the iPhone 12. If you follow the channel at all though, you know my favorite MagSafe battery is this one from Anker. It's their new ultra slim 10K, so 10,000 milliamp hours, has the little lights on the bottom to let you know the charge level. This is going to charge your iPhone the fastest at 15 watts wireless charging speed. There's a lot of battery packs out there that claim 15 watts, and it is just not accurate. This is Qi2, charges at 15 watts. And my second favorite one is also from Anker. And just to be clear, they have never sent me these batteries. I bought these because they're just the best. This one is their older version. It's thicker, has a big display, but it also has a kickstand. But both of these are Qi2 and charge at 15 watts. There's also a Belkin MagSafe battery pack. You can buy the 10K version that charges at 15 watts, and I'll link that below. And another recent MagSafe battery I'll mention, this is the Raycon. This is extremely thin. I think this is even thinner than the MoMax that I reviewed on the channel. It is slower charging at 7.5 watts, but even despite being this thin, there's still a button on the bottom, and it'll tell you the charge right here with the little lights. Has a USB-C port down there, almost as thin as the port. And so while it won't give you that faster charging, and it does get a little warm, if you want the thinnest MagSafe battery pack, the Raycon's pretty nice. And I'm going to throw this accessory alongside the MagSafe batteries. This is a MagSafe phone cooler. And I know this probably seems like a gimmick, but I was using this when I was filming my iPhone camera rig video, and recording in 4K 120 or any ProRes format, your phone can get really hot. Now you do have to plug this into an external source, but the fan turns on, and then this part actually gets cooler, and it'll cool down that A18 Pro chip on your iPhone. So if you find your phone getting hot, or you're going to do a lot of filming, getting one of these coolers can actually be useful. All right, let's talk about nightstand, desk, and travel chargers. My favorite, yes, is still the 12 South HiRise 3 Deluxe. I've tested so many 3-in-1 chargers. I'll link some of those videos up there and down in the description, but I just love how low profile this is. Apple Watch puck pops up there. Good height on the iPhone. This is adjustable via angle. Charges your phone at 15 watts, fast charges your Apple Watch, and AirPods can charge here on the back. It is a barrel style proprietary connector, but even after a couple years, this is still my favorite 3-in-1. Now there's other great ones from Nomad and Anker, and you can check out some of those videos where I reviewed other 3-in-1s, and I'll talk about travel chargers in a second. But my favorite plug-in charger, when you need to actually plug something into the wall and get some USB-C ports, the Nomad Ultra Slim, you just can't beat it. There's 2 USB-C ports on the bottom. It charges up to 60 watts, but that changes when you plug in a second device. So just be mindful if you're wanting that full 60 watt charging speed, only use the one port. But the prongs actually fold in, keeping this ultra slim. This is perfect when traveling. I actually have a couple of these because of how low profile it is. Now, speaking of travel chargers, there's actually some great 3-in-1s that have come out recently. This one is from Anker. It does charge your iPhone at 15 watts, fast charges your Apple Watch and your AirPods, and it kind of has these like floppy connectors between all 3. You might like this flexibility. I usually like something a little more sturdy, but that's an option from Anker. Anker also has this 2-in-1 desktop charger if you only want an iPhone and AirPods charger. But one of my favorite new 2-in-1s is this one from Belkin. If you're still reminiscent for the MagSafe Duo, this Belkin 2-in-1 might do the trick. Now it's not as thin as the MagSafe Duo, but you can charge your iPhone at 15 watts, fast charge your Apple Watch. It does have a USB-C port on the back, comes with a charger in the box, and as you can see, It's not as thin as the MagSafe Duo, but it does fold up pretty compactly. This is great for travel, and not only can it be flat on a desk like this, but it's actually meant to kind of have this triangular shape. And if you leave it like this, your Apple Watch can sit right here, and then your iPhone can actually rest on this charger in landscape mode, so you can get standby mode with this 2-in-1. Pretty slick. If you're needing more than 2-in-1, Belkin also makes a 3-in-1 version. Comes with this nice little travel pouch. Cable and plug come with it as well. This is all a rubberized texture. The 2-in-1 actually had this kind of like cloth material, which feels really nice. The 3-in-1 is all rubberized, but you can unfold this. Apple Watch puck stands up. You can still do the little triangle thing if you want with the phone and Apple Watch, and you get that third pad to charge your AirPods as well. If you're looking for the most compact 3-in-1, I'll remind you of the CoolSill. I reviewed this previously. You can see it's smaller and thinner when it's all folded up than the Belkin. And this is their Qi2 model, which means it will charge your phone at 15 watts, fast charges your Apple Watch. The Apple Watch puck kind of sticks out there, and it makes for a nice little stand on your nightstand or in your hotel room. This is actually the one that I've been bringing with me when I travel. It's been great, charges quickly, again, USB-C port on the back, and now that it's Qi2, it gets less hot and charges faster. The CoolSill also comes with this nice case, and they give you the power brick and cable in the box. Another place you want to charge your phone is in the car, and for that, I would recommend the Amegat Qi2 Car Charger. This will charge your phone up to 15 watts, plugs in via USB-C right here, and this will clip onto one of your air conditioner vents. This is the one I've been using in my car full time, but before that I was using the Belkin. This is their newer model that charges at 15 watts as well, clips onto the air conditioning vent. Both of these are good. The Belkin one has the little alignment magnet if you want it to be connected a little firmer to this charger, but I've ridden a lot with the Amegat and my phone has never fallen off. It's very secure as well. Another little travel charger. This is an Anker power brick that actually has the prongs built in so you can plug it right into the wall. Comes in several different capacities. You can get small or large versions, but I love that this has a USB-C cable integrated into the actual charger, and then you can actually carry it with that little loop. Plus it has another USB-C port if you need to charge something like an iPad. So plugging this directly into the wall, charge your iPhone 15 or 16 with the USB-C cable, charge your iPad with that USB-C port, really convenient. Plus this is a battery, so you can fill this up and actually charge on the go with just this and your devices. Finally, to charge all the things on your desk, Satechi has this new 200-watt charger, has the 3-circle plug, it comes with that in the box, and look, all these USB-C ports to charge everything. Charging speed will vary depending on how many devices you plug in, but it also comes with this nice little stand if you want to put this vertically on your desk, or it has little rubber feet and you can just lay this horizontally. I've been looking for a charger like this with only USB-C ports, and this Satechi one is a great option. I also have an Anker one that has 4 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A. It's compact, low profile. I like it, but I'm going to be switching it out for this Satechi so I can have all USB-C. I just never use the A ports. With all these chargers, you are going to need some cables, and I've actually gone to using these Baseus cables. They're braided cables, have nice connectors on the end. You can get it in various sizes, feel great, and don't tangle. You can get them in 3 feet all the way up to 10 feet, has that braided feel and look. I've just been getting a ton of these, and these are my go-to cables. Also, Andar makes these little cord burritos, so keep your cables organized. That's really nice. And the other cable I'll mention that I keep in my bag, this is the Magtame cable, and this actually has magnets built into the cable, so it will magnetize to itself, keep itself coiled up when you throw it in a bag. That's pretty cool too. Next is external SSDs and dongles. If you're looking to film ProRes directly to an external drive like this, let me recommend the OWC Envoy Pro Mini. This looks like a normal flash drive, but this is actually a powerful SSD, one of the few that tested my 4K 120 test in my previous video. I'll link that above and in the description. This thing is super powerful. You can get a 1 or 2 terabyte version, and it just plugs directly into the iPhone. Also has a USB-A connector if you need that flexibility. If you plan on just doing 4K 30 and you want to use an SD card you already have, this Anker SD card MagSafe connector is pretty slick. You can put a full-size SD card or micro SD card in there, pop out this little USB-C connector. This will connect to the bottom of your phone, MagSafe attached to the back, and now you can record ProRes 4K 30, maybe up to 60, depending on the speed of the SD card you put in here, and it's a nice little compact way to film to an external drive. A different version of that kind of SSD is this Hagibis enclosure. This has been my preferred method of filming ProRes. This is actually an enclosure, and then you get an NVMe SSD to put inside of it, but it also just connects to the bottom of the phone, MagSafe attaches, and a key part of the Hagibis, this is also a magnet on the back. So you can attach this to a Moment tripod mount or other MagSafe accessories on the Hagibis. That is not the case with the Anker one. There's no magnet there, so you lose that magnetic connection on that one. Hagibis though, pair this with the Moment MagSafe Creator Kit or Tripod Mount, and that works great. We're going to get into some cases in a moment, but one other dongle I would recommend. I've had this little Anker SD card reader for years, and if maybe you film with a drone or you just want to be able to dump some camera footage or pictures onto your phone directly, I love this little adapter. Just plugs right into the USB-C port, and then you get a full-size SD card reader and micro SD card reader all in one. Really useful dongle to have either in your drone bag or where you're filming. And finally, let's talk about some iPhone 16 cases. It took me multiple takes because I dropped them. I've been receiving a lot of leather cases, vegan leather, I got some Apple silicone cases, and I've been testing them all, how they feel, and more importantly, how they work with the camera control button. Now, Apple silicone cases can be pretty divisive. People either love them or hate them, but I actually like them, especially down here in Florida. If I go to the beach, I'll always use a silicone case. And the Apple silicone cases has that capacitive camera control button as part of the case. And I have found this has been a better experience than a lot of the cutouts. I did a whole video on camera control. You can check it out above. But if you like the silicone cases, Apple's are consistent this year. They work well with camera control. And I also tried the new Beats case, which is a hard plastic. It does have an open bottom if you prefer that. Comes in fun colors. It also has the capacitive button over camera control. If you like hard plastic cases, it's a nice option. That one wasn't for me, so I returned that one. Now, a popular case is the Nomad case, and this is the modern leather one. They also have the Horween version, but all the Nomad cases right now have this cutout for camera control. I have found the cutouts, especially these smaller cutouts around the button, they're not a great experience. I mean, you can swipe and you can use the button. It works okay, but pressing it all the way down, I've found when you have a higher lip around the camera control, it's just not as desirable. So it's a good case. Obviously, Nomad makes great stuff, but I don't prefer these, and I don't prefer this cutout for camera control. I'm also going to be doing an entire video on real leather cases for iPhone, so get subscribed for that. This is the Andar leather case. I really love Andar cases. They feel good, the leather's high quality, metal buttons around the edge, and their cutout for camera control is a bit wider of a cutout. I have found this will work better than the more precision hole around it. Gives you more room to swipe and easier to click the button. But these kinds of larger cutouts, I'm not crazy about the feel, especially most times when I pick up my phone, you kind of feel that big notch. Now with visual intelligence coming later this year with Apple Intelligence, I might use this a lot more just to look stuff up with the phone. But for right now, if you don't like the cases with a button, I would go with a cutout like this one, like from Andar, and a new brand of case that I had not heard of, plus one for packaging. Lonely, they did send me a few cases and they really do it up with this packaging, the little bag that the case comes in. I mean, kudos for all that. These have been nice feeling cases, come in fun colors, has the action button, and has that same kind of camera control cutout as the Andar. Slightly different shape. You can see side by side, I think the Andar one is a little wider, but I've never heard of this brand before, and they make some good cases. I'll be including these in my full leather case review video coming soon. If you're looking for vegan leather, MoFT has some nice options with that larger cutout for camera control. They have some nice lighter colors and grays. I also have a Muho leather case. A lot of people like these. I find the case is thinner, but it doesn't feel as nice as some of the other leather cases. And the cutout is that very small cutout for camera control. Again, I don't prefer these. I think the larger cutout or a button on the button is a better option. Comes in nice colors though, for sure. But I've saved one of the best for last. Gotta give Spigen a shout out because these cases are awesome. They have some clear cases that look really cool. I mean, come on. That's fun. They actually have a larger cutout around camera control in this case, which is kind of in between. It's less of a notch out than like the Andar or the Lonely, but gives you a little more room than like the Nomad cutout. So I like this kind of in between, but even better than a cutout is that button on a button. And aside from Apple, Spigen has been one of the first with a case out the gate that does a capacitive button built in. Now, I typically don't do clear cases, but this clear one from Spigen with a camera button over the button, kudos for them being some of the first out the gate. The button works for launching the camera, and you can still do the light press and swipes with the button on the Spigen case. Now this button is not on all the Spigen cases, it's on their clear case, and I'll mark that down in the video description specifically. But if you're looking for a non-Apple version with a camera control button on a button, Spigen is one of the first out the gate, and again, looks good for a clear case. This white ring is one of the reasons why I don't typically go with clear cases, but if you don't mind, or maybe you got the white iPhone 16 Pro, the Spigen case with the camera control button is a great option. Oh, and one last accessory because Eric Wielander called me out after the event. By the way, if you're into HomeKit and smart home, you should totally subscribe to his channel. He has great information and reviews. But yes, there is actually an umbrella that you can spot in the last Apple event. This one actually has a cold shoe mount that will attach to a camera rig, and if you're filming a music video where there's rain, protect your stuff. I talk about this in my video where I built out that entire iPhone camera rig. You can check it out above. Oh, and one final accessory, AirPods 4. They're actually really good, especially the noise canceling version. I did an entire review on these as well. you know where to find it. Those are some of my favorite accessories for iPhone 16 right now, but get subscribed, more content coming, and if you want to see that video about camera control where I go in depth on all the settings to make it even more useful, check out this video right up here. Hit that like button before you go. If you have any questions, leave comments below, and links to everything I talked about are down in the description. Those are affiliate links and it helps out the channel when you buy it using those links. And if you want to learn about all the new features in iOS 18 that's available to you, whether you get the new iPhone or not, I have a video here with 95 plus features that are new in iOS 18. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.